ready.
Are you sure?
Ready.
All right, well, let's get this thing done, y'all. When we have it good as it gets. Yeah, we right here. Sometimes the grass isn't greener. Soon as we find out this, we forget. Sometimes a fool doesn't know he's full. Sometimes a dog, he don't know he's a dog. Sometimes I do stupid things to you when I really don't. Guys, y'all gotta get in here. This is about to go down. So listen up. But I wanted to start it with my. Okay, I'll explain later. Just listen to the cut. Okay, just listen to the cut. Sometimes the wrong don't know that they're wrong. Sometimes the strong ain't always so strong. Sometimes the girl don't be a girl. She don't want to deal with all the drama in your world. God knows that I don't mean to give it to you. But girl, I'm sorry for the stupid things I wish I didn't do, but I do. Ladies and gentlemen, from the north, south, the east, the west, and all the rest, we are in the place to be, my friends, and I am Donna J. I'm just going to dive in today. This is my boy. This ain't his first time out here. This ain't his first rodeo. How many times?
I think this is the fourth time. Maybe.
The fourth time?
Yeah.
Okay. But who's counting, right? So he's here today, my friends, here in the flesh. His name is none other than the capital T-H-E. Get ready to applaud, y'all. Joel Hernandez. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm always, okay. They're excited, y'all. They're excited. They're excited. Stop. All right, guys. He is the CEO, the founder, the president, and I don't know, all of those top level titles for the company called Icon Events. And he's out there rocking and socking and doing his thing. I like to call him the event planner to the stars. And because, you know, I remember when this little dude first said yes to this space and had a big old goal, a big old dream. And he had something that a lot of people don't have to back that dream, which is he had a huge why, which is the 25th letter of the alphabet, and a why that he wanted to do it. And that why was not selfish, it was selfless. It was focused more on people like you and I. And so, man, I'm always stoked to get him in here. He's one of my hybrids. And when I say hybrids, he toggles between grasshopper and green jelly bean. You know what I'm saying? Okay, some of y'all some of y'all may not know what that is, but it's okay. These are people that's all things good, my friends. And he's one of those. And I was just sitting here, and my song came on. I was like, man, this is, don't you know about Babyface? And he does, but I don't think he knew this song though. When I started with it. Well, girl, I'm sorry for the stupid things I wish I didn't do, but I do. All right, I got to applaud him. Sorry, y'all. Sorry that I'm not sorry. Babyface. I'm sorry, a lot of y'all probably have me. I was talking to him just before we went live and pressed the live button. First of all, welcome, guys. Let me welcome you guys from, you know, like I said, north, south, east, and west, and all the rest. And I do not take it lightly that you guys choose to invest your time with popping in here to see if we have a nugget for the day. So I will not disappoint you. You're going to have something that you're going to walk away with that's going to make you a little bit better today than you were yesterday. Guaranteed, or your money back. And we're going to engage in conversation to be able to make that happen. So Sheila Mark, welcome, girl. I see you. Tim Gamboa, I see you as well. Mike Harris, I see you.
Sheila.
Hey. I also see you guys streaming live there on Instagram as well, too. Let me say wave at some of you guys. What's up, Jim Bellamy? I see you. And we got another one here. I'm not sure. Dreamer, boy. welcome as well too. Wherever you at, and if you're watching us on YouTube as well, yeah, we're on YouTube as well, and LinkedIn, wherever you're watching at, we streaming on a lot of stuff, bro.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
In 2020, our vision is so much bigger than 2019, and it should be.
That's for sure.
For you.
Yeah.
If not, guys, then you're a tolerator. I was just listening to my buddy this morning, my buddy Grayson Marshall. If you're watching this, Grayson Marshall, whoop whoop. Shout out to you, my man. He's another guy that's rocking the space as an author and a speaker. And in fact, he's one of the guys that were early on inspired me to really want to say yes to this space, because he was a brother who looked like me, if you know what I mean. And he was out there really doing some really good stuff. He was articulate, smart, and all that other stuff that goes with someone who's an influencer. And I looked at it, I said, man, that brother's got it going on. I want to do that. I want to be in that space where I can inspire, motivate, encourage, and educate other people. Now, anyway, I was watching him this morning. Now, I don't know if I haven't told you this yet, but I was watching him this morning, and he put it in. He was doing a live, and his live said he was looking for some haters. Now, when I say that, the first thing most people usually think of is what? They think of people who are hating on them because of their success.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So naturally, I thought the same thing, and I was going to type in on his post that, hey, brother, I'm a congratulator. I'm not a hater. But before I did that, he explained what he was talking about. He said and it really floored me because I never thought about this. I love twist, where you take something where people expect and they usually respond to a certain thing, and then you take it and you twist it, or you reframe it, if you will, into something that totally catches people off guard, but it totally makes sense. And so when he said he's looking for haters, and he reframed it, he said, I'm looking for people who hate where they're at. Not that they're discontent, but who hate, like if you're overweight, let's use that for example, and you hate that, you're like, wait a minute, I know I'm not healthy. I need to really put my foot down and make some changes here. Or I hate my job. Well, how about that? You know, or you dislike it. Maybe hate's a strong word, but we're just using that for our purpose.
Some people do hate their job.
That's true.
That's very true.
Yes.
Yeah, some people really do.
I agree.
And I can relate to that because I've always wanted to advance more, right? Mm-hmm. And this is where I'm at today. So I hated some jobs in the past. The simple fact that I wanted to become my own business owner. So I hated that enough to become a business owner.
Guys, first nugget of the day. Listen up. It's not until your dislike or hate for one thing exceeds the fear of changing, then you will actually change.
Say that again.
I was going to say, if y'all lose some people, I'll make sure we get it. It's not until, guys, y'all with us, give me some thumbs up and hearts. Let me know we're coming through loud and clear, because I don't know, sometimes Facebook is dragging and lagging, but I want to make sure you guys get this. This is big time. This is big time. Listen up. It's not until your hate or dislike or discomfort for one thing, whatever that may be, fill in the blank, exceeds the fear of what it will take to change, then you will change.
That's correct.
Meaning that the fear of change is here, let's say. And let's say your hate or your dislike for staying the same is here. So I'm going to try to quantify this so you can see it. Your dislike for staying the change, for changing is right here. And the fear of changing is up here. You will always stay the same. There won't be any major change. It's not until your dislike or discomfort for whatever it is that you're doing or that thing is, just fill that thing in, that's your job. When it exceeds the fear of change, then you will have it.
That's correct.
Any thoughts on that?
That's deep. Thinking, no, that's deep.
Get out your scuba gear today, baby.
That was deep.
It's
well, thank you very much. I'm thinking knowing yourself is very important. What is it that you really hate?
Yeah.
Understanding who you are, what's your character, your personality, your likes and dislikes. and understanding who you are gives you a better vision. You have more clarity.
Yeah.
So once you get in that state of mind, then you realize which things you really hate and which things you really don't hate that you can work with, adapt to, so that you can advance, and leave the things that you do hate.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Guys, I'm going to ding that. I'm going to ding that. And I'm going to even dovetail off of that as well, to his point. Is that, guys, I mean, we talk about things like, you say, hey, what do I want out of life? That's very important. And knowing yourself. Know thyself. I think Hippocrates said that. Know thyself. Because if you know thyself, then you can go thyself. Just figure that one out, okay? You can move forward. It's not until you know yourself, though. So knowing what you want is very, very clear. I mean, it's very key. And here's something even more important, or just as important as knowing what you want. And he alluded to it when he just made his statement. Is knowing what you don't want. Because if you know what you want and you know what you don't want, you can make a list. It's like saying, you know how people say, I got a to-do list. He says, yeah, okay, that's great. But do you have a not to-do list? Because things that you're going to say, well, wait a minute. I want to be able to do this. But okay, what do I need to stop doing so I can be able to do that? For example, because if you don't intentionally, and I know Joel understands this concept, but I'm going to roll it out to you. So if you don't intentionally come up with something that you can replace the thing that you're not doing, then the chances of you sticking with that new thing is not going to be really good as far as you being able to take away something. So if you take away something, you got to replace it with something. Here's an example. If you are you're someone that sit around and watch TV a lot, and you say, oh, you know what, for 2020, I'm going to get my vision straight and I'm going to stop watching TV. That's good. That's good. However, what are you going to fill that time with? Because the time is still there. Now you have to fill it with something that's going to take the place of, y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. But hear me.
Let's go.
You're going to have to come up with something that takes the place of that time that you used to invest in watching that boob tube or that screen and some stuff that's coming out. Any thoughts on that?
Well, the first step is creating new habits.
Ooh.
So you have your old habits that you hate. You learn about yourself, what you want and don't want. Then you find out what habits you can start working on to develop yourself. And it's going to take time, but once you start practicing the habits, it becomes a habit. You start growing. Simple as that. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, in every way. Financially.
That's true.
Yeah.
Guys, is this anything new? Probably not. But here's the catch. Is people, especially when we're talking about inspiration, motivation type stuff, people think that, I've been there, done that, heard that before, stuff. And it's like, guys, motivation and inspiration and education is like deodorant. You don't just use it once and you're done, right? No, you use it regularly because you don't want to be funky. And in this case, you don't want to.
But there are some people that stay funky. They never use deodorant.
That's right.
Okay.
Both literally and figuratively. So we want you guys to clean up. Okay, I got it. Let's get it out. Get it out.
That's the truth right there.
Hey, that's the truth if we ever told it, guys. That the inspiration, motivation, education, these type of things are to be used regularly, like you brush your teeth and you put on deodorant and cologne and smell good. You want the same thing. Because if you're not actually engaging in those type of disciplines or those behaviors and those activities, then think it not strange that you may appear to be funky to other people. And I run around these people. I run across them all the time. Sometimes they'll cut me off and they'll flip me off while I'm on the road. And they got a fish on their car. You know what that means? So it just speaks to me and just tells me that not everybody engages in daily activities, or he says habits. I like to call them habitual type of rituals. Habitual rituals. Try that one. Write that. Somebody type that in. Habitual rituals. So you can embrace that as your own. Because if you want to change some type of behavior, you have to put something in the place of that. As we talked about, you say, I'm not going to watch as much TV this year. Okay. What are you going to do in place of that? It's got to be something, because if not, I always say this, that negativity sneaks and creeps. Positivity you have to seek, I'll say it again, negativity sneaks and creeps, but positivity, you have to seek. That means you have to be intentional about the positive stuff. Isn't it amazing how you can be sitting around and negative thoughts start to sneak in or something like that happen because you're not intentional about it? So you have to be that. And so if you're engaging in the behaviors or the daily disciplines, I talk about that all the time, or the ritual routines, how about that one? There's another R and R, and the H and H will be those nice healthy habits, and being able to make those habitual rituals. Then don't think it's strange. Don't be surprised when you start to see actual changes happen, where you replace the TV watch, and I'm just using that for example, with something else that's more positive, constructive, inspirational to you, motivational to you, educational to you. And now those things are starting to build you up. Now, and I'm big on this. I got a question for my man Joel, and I really want to hit him up with this one because I know that he is equipped to be able to answer this in a way that's actually going to be able to bless you guys on the other side of this thing here. So, but obviously it's got to be on the other side of this dance break here, guys. So stick around. I'm riding shotgun with my boy, Joel Hernandez from Icon Events, and we are in the house. Yes. Let's go. I'm not surprised. Not everything lasts. Bruised in my heart so many times I stopped eating right. Talk myself in, I talk myself out. I get over it, I then let myself go. I came up with some new excuses. You know about Bobby, Michael Bublé?
A little bit.
I love that little big man.
Especially when you're
Exactly.
Bring it out.
Make me work so you work it out. And I promise you, that I'll give so much more than I get. I just haven't met you yet.
Welcome back, y'all. Guys, I'm riding shotgun with my boy. I feel like I need to do a drum roll when I announce it. My boy, my brother from another mother like no other. He's got zip in his hip, slide his glide. He's over here right by my side. This is none other than the Joel Hernandez. He is the captain. He is the brains behind the operation called Icon Events. I like to call it the event planner to the stars. And my, is he out there churning and burning. And his 2020 vision is clearer than ever. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I know he's got something special out there. Can you share with them what the plan is for this year? Like, what you got going? What's going on?
Perfect. There's a lot going on. I already have all my events planned out for 2020, from corporate events, theme events, nonprofit events, concerts, and 2020 is going to be a year of reaping all the hard work that I've been putting into my business for the past 4 years. So I'm very excited for everything that's to come. And not only that, but the amount of people that are going to be impacted in 2020, because that is my main purpose. How can I impact, influence, and motivate other people? Of course, through the help of my mentors and the help of my business partners, I'm able to offer a platform where people can be educated and people can really shoot for the stars. Even if they miss, they land
amongst the stars.
Right.
Yes.
Les Brown, right?
That's right.
That's right. So Les Brown, if they shoot for the moon, they land amongst the stars.
Exactly.
That's right. So that is my vision, is to really continue to impact a lot of people. I can talk to you about finances, the opportunities that come with the events, and also I'm a solar contractor. I sell solar and I offer solar at no cost now, but that opportunity has been big for me because it allows me to help people as well, but funnel the finances and invest back into Icon Events and create all these multiple events that I have for 2020 that is going to not only make my business grow, but like I said, really connect with, one, myself, two, with my family, my children, three, with my friends, and four, with the community. And I feel that if we work within working out, anything's possible. And I don't want to talk about all the success that I've been able to accomplish, because success is measured in so many different ways. Everyone looks at success differently, but if you look at failure, everyone looks at failure the same way. And success is defined in so many different ways, but failure is defined only one way, and that is failure, right? So I've been able to listen to Les Brown and just educate my mind, really develop my mind. Go ahead.
Those of y'all don't know who Les Brown is. Les Brown is actually one of the premier speakers and content creators that, matter of fact, he was one of my first inspirators as well, too, as it relates or in terms of content creation and speaking from a platform and such. Just Google him, Les, L-E-S Brown, as in the color brown, and you'll see that this guy is a powerful mouthpiece for inspiration, motivation, education, and he has a great delivery, and he's one of those that I wanted to emulate in my young career, saying yes to this space 10 years ago. And so when he alludes to him, he's got content out there that's worthy of duplication and plagiarism, because it's just really, really good stuff.
It is. It truly is.
And so over time, if you are dialing in and tuning in to different personalities like that, that's what I talk about when you say, hey, I'm going to stop watching more TV. What are you going to replace it with? You replace it with stuff like people like Les Brown and Jim Rohn and Brian Tracy and Kevin Earl Nightingale. Oh my goodness. And Charlie Tremendous Jones. We can go way back. And and really dab into what these people were talking about, because success leaves clues. Failure does too, by the way. So which one are you going to follow? You look at the successes and say, wait a minute, these things have clues. And these people have gone so far as to put down in print.
That's correct.
Stuff, a recipe or an ingredients for a recipe, or what I call a successipy, for you to be able to succeed in your terms of success. Because as he stated, success is defined in various different ways.
That is correct.
And there's, I think it's a progressive realization of a worthwhile goal or dream. I stole that from somewhere. I don't know where it was, but I thought it was so fitting that success is a progressive realization. Notice it's progressive. That means you don't just arrive at success and you're like, oh my God, I'm there.
Right.
No, it's like there's goals. And then I heard
you got to put in the work.
You got to put in the work. You got to BYO. Instead of BYOB, BYOE. Bring your own effort, because big ships don't come in, baby. You have to build a dock out that goes out to them, or you got to dredge down so they can get close, or you got to get in a boat, or you got to put on a wetsuit and swim your butt off.
Whatever you have to do. Make it happen. Just do it.
It's like, I'm reminded of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper. Somebody should coin that phrase.
I cannot do that.
Somebody should coin that phrase in terms of going after our goals and dreams. Get to the dream. Get to the dream. So get to the chopper. Some of y'all don't know what the heck we're talking about. But Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie Predator, the first one, Predator, I don't like, the other ones are okay, but number one, Predator, that first one, I don't know if you've seen it, but I loved it. It's one of my favorites. There's a part in the scene where, they're being threatened by the Predator, the alien, and he turns to the gal that was with him and says, get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! The helicopter, so she can fly away and he can stay back and fight the alien. And okay, did I just give up?
So the point of the story is do what you got to do. Just make it happen.
Make it happen.
Be willing to put in the work.
Yes.
There you go.
This is all good.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. Get to it. Guys, I know. I have a question for him. And another one. And this one is going to be really able to get to you as well, too, with the way he answers this one here. I'm going to pepper him with this one. And I guarantee this is going to be a good one. So stick around for that one on the other side of this dance break. Oh, this is my man, Justin Timberlake. Tickling my ears today. It's not a bad thing to fall in love with me. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Yeah. I think we're falling in love with me. That's Justin. Justin Timberlake. That's so awesome. Welcome back, guys. MrMakeItGreat.com. I'm riding shotgun with my man, none other than the the capital T-H-E, Joel Hernandez. He is the brains and the mastermind behind the company called Icon Events. He's got other things, few legs, and a couple other things too as well, because it's all about, making sure you kind of diversify a little bit there, because one thing starts to suck a little bit, suck. And then you got the, another thing or two that, will probably balance that out. And I always like to say this about suck. Suck is just halfway to success. Is the monkey?
It's got me. Look at my face. Can I please get a few more, please?
That is. You threw me off.
You didn't know where I was going to go. Where's he going to go with this one?
Exactly.
Suck is just halfway to success. That means that keep going. Anything that you're doing, you may start out sucking at it, where you're not very good. Okay? Just understand that it's not like God's pointing his finger and thumb and putting it on your head. It's like, no, dude, this is the way it works. But the thing is understanding that you don't stay in the suck. You just keep on going, and you're doing those daily disciplines, those healthy habits, those ritual routines that we've all talked about leading up to this point, and then watch what happens. Okay, I teased you on the other side of that break. I said there was going to be a question I had for Joel. I know Joel, a bit of his background and such, and as he started to pivot into this space of doing the Icon event things, rubbing shoulders with people who are who's who in the community and such. Question: Was that scary initially when you said yes to this space? Was it scary?
Absolutely.
How did you overcome the fear?
Faith in action.
Ooh, that's nice. Faith in action.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to have that faith, but you have to put in the work. So once you put in the work, there will be times where you will fail, but you're only failing forward. So that's what's important, is knowing that there will be challenges, that things that you're not going to understand. And it's okay to not understand, because the greatest space that you can explore is your mind. So that's where I was. I want to explore my mind. I want to explore who I am. I want to explore my potential. And I told myself that. And I believe that it's a gift, a truly gift that I want to empower within, so I can share it with everyone and impact other people. So
as I'm sitting listening,
faith in action.
As I'm sitting and listening to him, and I know, and what I do, and anything that you do, there's always, I was telling somebody just last night that our biggest enemy tends to be our enemy.
That's true.
I'll say it again, because some of y'all may have missed it. Our biggest enemy is not typically something outside of ourselves. It's typically our biggest enemy tends to be our inner me. That person that knows all about you, knows the last time you set a goal and didn't quite pan out for you, knows that, your shortcomings, your fallacies, your flaws, your hangups. And be careful not to let the memory of your last failure bully you into a mindset that says you won't try again. Because that's the biggest bully. It's not that kid who used to beat you up for your lunch money at age 10. That one's pretty big, but the biggest one tends to be the memory of the last time you actually failed at something. So when you say yes to something that's for you, think it not strange that inner me who remembers that past will come brewing up and reminding you of, oh, remember you set that goal last time? That really panned out. And, remind you of how you fell short. But it's at those times where you stand up, you put your chest out and your head back, and you say, hey, my resolve, my conviction, because if you got that, you got something special. My resolve says that, hey, I will pivot forward from my failures. I will reframe my failures, just feedback for what not to do. This is what the great ones do.
That's right.
They're not special. I feel like we're at church, and I'm behind the pulpit. I don't want to preach to you. I want to teach to you. Right. I want you to catch this and say, I knew when I asked him, I said, well, was it scary? I knew he was going to say yes. I said, okay, well, how'd you overcome the fear? He said, well, I had to go inside myself.
That's right.
And have the faith and then action. Because faith without works is nothing. It's dead. It won't happen. And this way, when I say this, I'm a person of faith. This kind of rubs Christians a little the wrong way, or people of faith. When I say this, I'm going to share this with you. So see if you can handle it. Prayer alone doesn't change things. Let me explain. You have to be willing to do something. Because if prayer alone changed things, we'd all be happy, rich, and physically fit. Think about it. When the last time you said, yo, if I could only be this, or if only I could have this, or I can only this, and does it come? No. You have to be able to BYOE. Bring your own effort. Am I saying don't pray? No. I am one that's, my knees are rusty and pray without ceasing with various things to keep me on the right path. But I understand that I have to be able to take that faith and employ the action part, because action speaks so much louder than any words. I always like to say, hey, it's not what you say, it's what you display that's going to matter most, because you could talk to you blue in the face.
That's true.
But if you don't pick up your feet and start to move in the direction of that which you seek, you're going to be a victim of a statistic that says that it didn't happen for you. Any thoughts on that?
So the person that you have to listen to the most is who? It's yourself, your inner self. And there's going to be times when you're telling yourself that you can't do it. So you're having a conversation with yourself, and then you ask yourself, why? Why do I feel like that? So that's the process of knowing yourself. And I feel that there are going to be people out there that are going to tell you that you can't do it. I've had successful business owners, leaders tell me, well, you know, this is the level of business, this is the level of revenue, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just taking it all in, right? I'm just thinking about it. I'm not talking too much. I don't like to talk too much. I like to put in the time and understand the amount of time that is required to do what I need to do. Because if I take my time to listen to the people to my right or to my left, they're taking my time, which is too valuable for me. And I need to focus on what I need to do. And if you focus on what you need to do, and if you tell yourself that you're highly favored and blessed and that you deserve anything in this world, you're going to explore your mind, your emotions, your spirit. You're going to explore your body physically. You're going to explore things that you can't even imagine. And opportunities are going to start to present itself. Why? Because you're now at a point where you're a light in the world. No matter who's to your right, no matter who's to your left, if it's negative, your power is so significant that the radiance that just you send out overcomes whatever's to your right, whatever's to your left. And the reason I tell you that is because it's the mindset, the power of the mind. And that allows you to do what you need to do, put into action, and be very, I'm just going to tell you the truth, just make better decisions. Yeah. Simple as that. It starts with decisions.
That's true. Yeah. To that point, I want to interject here. Heading forward into this 2020, I love this year for more reasons than one. Because one, the biggest reason I love this year is because the 2020, in terms of vision, is perfect vision. That's what they call it, perfect vision. And I say the more clear your vision, the better your decision. I'll say it again. The more clear your vision, the better your decisions. Because if you know.
That's right. Amen. We're meant to that, brother. That's
amen. True. And a woe man too.
Yes.
So the clearer your vision, the better your decisions. So get clarity on that. Guys, I know some of this stuff it bears repeating because we talk about it all the time. But I tell you, it's the repetition that's going to get it into you. Because if you repeat these things are built for speed, but not for retention. And since that's true, whatever it is that you want to get from your head to your heart, which, by the way, is the most significant journey in our life, is going from your head to your heart. Because the things you want to get to this, you're going to have to repeat it. And so then you become it. Because there's the doing, there's the being, and then there's the becoming of something. And so you start out doing something. So you got informed. I don't say it this way. I'm even at the other one. There's knowing. So you got to get it into the know, where somebody's telling you what it is, and just say, okay. Then you got to measure that against what's truth. So you say, okay, the knowing. Then you go from the knowing to the doing, and then from the doing to now you're being this particular thing. Because here you are, you're engaging in it. And then don't look now. Now you become that something. Would it surprise you if I told you that just a mere 10 years ago, the Cedric that you're looking at right now did not exist? He wasn't one that was confident in his articulation from a platform. But when I first said yes to this space, I had these grandiose dreams of being on Oprah. This back when Oprah was like the bomb, you know, and like, you know, the big show before she retired. And I was like, all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, what I wouldn't give to be able to have a shot to be able to sit there and express my thoughts and such about what I've learned in this life thing. But I'm so glad I've never had that opportunity back then, because I would have screwed it up because I wasn't ready. It's not until you go through the minefield of life. Yes, it's a minefield. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about, because you lose limbs and appendages and all kinds of stuff walking through that minefield. So when I went through that and I said, okay, I'm going to engage in some daily disciplines that's going to take what it is that I know and turn it into who I am. And it's oftentimes when I bring, like for instance, when I bring Joel in here, he even asks what the topic is, because he know we don't have a topic.
We don't. Life is the topic.
Life is the topic. We know we're just going to come from the heart. And I tell people who are not familiar with Making Great Studios, I say, guys, when you come in, everything you need to know is already in there. It's just we're going to chat. We're going to have a PC, power chat, and we're going to let people get it out. So when I say Facebook Live, we're riding shotgun and we're doing these things, this is for people like you. We want to be able to inspire, motivate, encourage, and educate you. We want to make you taller. TALLER. Here's an acronym for you. Think, act, laugh, learn, excel, and reflect on what it is you need to do in order to be able to accomplish those goals and dreams that are important to you. Is that enough? I hope so. Here's what I'm going to do. Of course, you know I got another question. I know if you see the topic we talked about, hey, you know, we're looking for haters. I don't know if you understand what we're talking about when we say that, but on the other side of this break, I'm going to explain to you what that is. And then I'm going to talk to you about tolerators as well, too. Oh my gosh, you don't want to miss this nugget. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss this nugget. So on the other side of this dance break, my friends, ain't no stopping us now. Come back. I'm going to tell you what we're talking about. I'll see you guys. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Ain't no stopping us now. All big eyes. I had to go old school on y'all there with that one. Ain't no stopping us now. And man, I used to love that song. But it speaks so much to, you know what, back in the day, man, songs used to be so much more into inspiring you and motivating you.
That's true.
And they were more socially connected. And it wasn't about booty shaking and twerking and all this other stuff.
Oh, there was some of that back then.
There was some of that too.
Oh, there was.
That's true. That's true. Don't get me wrong.
It's not like there wasn't, because I heard it when I was growing up.
That's so true.
An older brother, you know, listened to all that rap. And,
yeah.
Which I listened to.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't depend on what you want to listen to, right?
That's right. Wherever you want to tune your station.
It just wasn't exposed as it is now.
And I also think that they've raised the bar, and it comes down to who can push the envelope a little bit further.
That's it.
It just blows my mind. It's like, who can outdo the other one? Like, you see the red carpet stuff that goes on, and they done went from like something that showed a little bit of cleavage to now stuff where they got pasties. If you don't know what pasties, just Google it.
I haven't seen that on television. I don't watch a lot of television, but I definitely believe it. Whenever I'm scrolling down Facebook, if I see an ad or something, then okay, that's the only way I see it. But other than that, I don't see it.
Now, I too, just like Joel, I don't watch a whole lot of TV, unless, of course, you know, I'm watching something that's, you know, we call YouTube TV. Okay, let's call it. And I'm intentionally watching stuff that's inculcating this mind, that's putting stuff in there, because I talk so much about, hey guys, it's the repetition of what you're putting in here, because what goes through your ears and your eyes is going to get to your heart. And what gets to your heart is going to come out of your mouth. And it's going to be displayed by the actions of your body. So that's a good and a not so good thing. And the thing that makes it good or not so good is, what the heck are you allowing to go through these?
Right.
And if you want to be something, I can't overstate this.
Mhm.
If you want to be something, whatever that is, trust me on this one.
What if you don't
Put it
mind?
in there. Go ahead.
I got something. Why don't we ask some questions? The people that are viewing us,
Yeah.
ask like, what is it that you want to be, or something that you want to accomplish that you haven't accomplished, and what's holding you back, and what is it that you need to do to get you there?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I can't repeat that. I just said that once. So hopefully you guys heard me.
You guys have. Well, here's the thing. We got a big challenge in that,
Okay.
that usually Facebook has a little bit of a lag. But if you guys have something that, you say, hey, you want to do or you got for a 2020 vision, we'd love to hear that. Type that in, and we're going to try to feed off of that. While you're doing that, hey, Mike Lyons, I see you. Hey, Jana Chapman. Hey, Michael Willis. Hey, Clyde McGregor. Shanita. Hey, girl. She says, hey, man. Hey, Lisa. All of you guys. I see you. This just makes me smile. This is really cool. I even see my wife, Karen. Hey, baby, what's up? Hey, what's up? She never, ever, almost ever signs on.
Where is she?
Well, I see her name up there, which is right here.
Oh, she liked it. Okay.
Yeah, so she's probably moved on.
Okay.
She complains about the show goes too long. And I'm like, babe, we have to get in good information. You just can't be short in and out. And then you leave people, wanting something that you could have put out there for them. So we're going to give you an opportunity. We're going to give you a platform. If you guys want to chime in and ask a question, or you have something about a goal or a dream or something that you want to accomplish, or you have a setback or you have a fear, put that in here. We will be more than happy to be able to address that with you right now with something that we think can catapult you forward, because we've all been there. Lord knows.
Right, exactly.
So, hey, feel free to do that. While you're doing that, let me explain this. The title says we're looking for haters. For those of you who may have missed it when we first started the show off today, here's what that means. We're looking for people who hate where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
And hate's a strong word, I know. So maybe we can back it off a little bit and say just is uncomfortable where they're at, or have a moderate dislike
Right.
for where they're at.
The majority of the people are going to look at it like haters. What's going on? Because, of course, that's what they see first. That's the first impression they have.
That's called a headline grabber. That's to get your attention grabber.
There you go.
To get you on here. But that's what I'm talking about. People who hate where they're at, or they dislike it, or uncomfortable, whatever the case may be. And as I explained to some of you guys earlier who may have missed this, but it bears repeating, is that it's not until your discomfort here oversees or supersedes and exceeds the fear of change, that's when you'll change. So if your discomfort for being where you're at is here, and your fear for changing that is up here, you will never change. You'll be what I call a tolerator. You will tolerate this. I'm reminded of that story of the guy who's walking down the street and he passes his buddy's house. His buddy's sitting on the porch, and he's got an old hound dog sitting on the porch, and that hound dog is just moaning. And so his buddy says, hey, Jim, what's up, man? What's up with your dog? He says, oh, he's just laying on an old rusty nail. And so he's like, well, Jim, why don't the dog get up and move? He says, well, the pain ain't tough enough or hard enough for him to get up and move yet. Now, think about that.
Wow.
Such is life, too. People will stay and complain, criticize, condemn. Pick another C word that probably fits there. Or where they're at, and they don't want to change because, here we go. The discomfort, the pain that they have here has not yet exceeded the fear of what it would take to change it all. Wow. Your thoughts. You're
right. Wow, that's a lot.
We know it's true.
There's a lot to definitely take in, and people are not willing to face their fears. They're not willing to say, or admit to their fears. That's where it is. People are not admitting that they're not good at a certain skill. But it's okay to not be good at a certain skill.
We talked about suck.
Right?
You're sucking at something. It's okay.
It's okay. But
suck is halfway to success.
That's right. So I think overcoming the fear and confronting whatever's in front of you, it's going to take time to develop whatever it is that you need to confront, overcome that fear. So
Yes.
don't get discouraged. Don't hold yourself down. Tell yourself, I promise, if you tell yourself that today I made an effort to better myself, to better this skill, you're going to make an effort the following day and the following week. And then later in life, you're going to find out that that skill that you were afraid about to overcome those fears, you're going to overcome it in due time just because you confronted whatever that fear is. And in the process, you're going to develop the skill. And then you'll be a professional. In no time. It's just overcoming and putting in the work and being faithful and knowing that you deserve, that you're a valuable person. And I feel like a lot of people, they're fearful because of the lack of confidence. So they don't have the confidence in themselves. And we can all relate to this. I've felt like that, but I made a decision to confront that fear, to develop my skills, to open my mind to learning. So guys, that's what I think about it. Anything is possible. So what's impossible with man is possible with God. So
amen.
All right,
amen.
guys. That's how I feel, and hopefully this message can definitely feed your spirit, and you're highly favored and highly blessed. You're here today, you're watching this video, and we're all truly blessed.
I'm gonna ding it. Ding it and clap it. Yes.
And the nuggets just keep on coming. Give me some
Yes,
more.
guys, listen
Let's
up.
go.
Listen up. If you weren't paying attention before this point, look into my eyes. I'm kidding. Here's one of the most important things that you're going to have to bring to the race of something that you want to change. And I love the way he just kind of emphasized this. You're going to have to be willing to invest the most, how should I say, important commodity this side of the universe. I don't know about the other side. Now, the factor called, this currency called time.
That's right.
Because we live in a microwavable world, but dreams and goals and things that we seek is crockpot worthy, meaning that you have to let it marinate. It's going to take time. But the catch is everybody's on the boob tube and on these channels and stuff trying to get you to, oh, you deserve this, you deserve that, you deserve to be skinny and not fat, you all this stuff. And so you need this right now. You've got commercials. I want my money and I want it now. You got these commercials that say you want stuff now. Everything is now. The only thing that's now is the present of us being able to take activities. And those activities over time will put you in a position from desire. Oh, here we go. This is deep, y'all. From desire to deserve.
That is right.
Did I lose you? Because there's a lot of people, we desire some stuff.
Right.
I desire a lot of stuff. But it's not until, guys, if I'm being harsh, let me do this while I'm smiling, okay? We desire a lot of stuff. But it's not until we're willing to invest the commodity and the currency of time that moves us from along the pendulum from desire to deserve. Now you've put the time in. You've built it over time. Most people, can I be honest?
Be honest?
Okay. No, I'm going to tell you a lie with a smile.
Let's go.
I'm going to tell you a lie with a smile. No, I'm going to be honest. Most people don't stick around long enough doing the right stuff until their success shows up. I made it rhyme. I'm going to say it again. Most people don't stick around long enough doing the right stuff until their success shows up. They will quit because they don't understand at the time, the process, the progress. Who are you becoming? If I ask that question, some people, you might as well be speaking Chinese to some people because they don't, what does that mean? It's like, let me tell you what it means. Who are you working on? Are you trying to become better today than you were yesterday? Or are you tolerant and just content with where you're at right now? I know the good book says, we should be, in all things we do, should be content. But are you satisfied with what you've done? If the answer is yes, then that means that it's time for you to die, because it's all over. I mean, even Jesus hung on the cross, and his last words was, "It's finished." And then he checked out. The whole reason he came, he was done. So it was done. So if you're saying, "Oh, I'm finished," I was talking to somebody just the other day. I was at DMV. yes, at the DMV. And I put OMG at the DMV. And so I'm sitting there next to this gentleman who was in the oil industry. He's been with Chevron for years.
Okay.
And he's 65. I think he's
still young. He's still young.
He's either 59 or 65. For some reason, I thought 65, but let's say 59. And so he said, "Yeah, I'm be retiring in about the next 2 years." And I was like, and I said, "Retiring to what?" And he says, "Huh? What do you mean?" I said, "Retiring to what?" I said, "Because you're not just not retire and do nothing, right?" Here's the thing, guys. If you haven't heard anything else, please hear this out. When it comes to retirement, I don't even really use that word, to be quite honest with you. And the only time I use it is if I'm trying to describe something to people that's all they understand is the term retirement. So I don't use anything else. I typically want to refer to it as repurpose, where it's like, okay, I'm going to retire from doing this activity and I'm going to repurpose my talents into something else that's going to still be productive in this life. Because if not, you're setting yours, and I know he agrees with this. I'm going to get his take on it in a second because he's chomping at the bit to get in there. And I know if you're repurposing it, if you're not engaging in something, please hear me, guys. Open it up. Turn the TV up. If you're not engaging in something that's productive or reason to be able to get up, your body starts to register that as, "Oh, guys, I guess we're dying." So your body starts to deteriorate. And you'll start to think it not strange that people start to suffer from more ailments. Did you know an interesting statistic that says that after retirement, people have the average of less than, this is an average, of less than 5 years before they die?
Their spirit starts to die. That's why.
Because they're not doing anything.
Yeah, they're not doing anything. Their mindset stops to die because they're not stimulating their mind. They're not stimulating their mind. They're not lifting up their spirit. And so if their spirit's not being uplifted, then their body's just kind of breaking down.
Yeah.
Slowly.
I agree. Yeah. I think literally it's like little internal men inside of us that are part of us that says that, okay, guys, well, first of all, I've heard some biologist guy or some gal, doesn't matter, was talking about the importance of the brain and how every piece of the body is enslaved to the brain. It's there to be able to protect the brain.
That's true.
And so what happens is if the brain's not being stimulated by, watch me, guys, and you probably put your scuba gear on, we're going scuba diving, we're going to go deep. If your brain is not engaging in something on a regular basis, if not daily basis, that is stimulating it and forcing it to contract and to learn and discern and such, then your body starts to be like, "Oh, well, I guess we're dying." So you start to become more susceptible to ailments in the body, disease in the mind, Alzheimer's. I could share with you the story of my tailor, who was 50 years plus in the business. She was what they call a master tailor, 4'9", from Japan, little eco. And some of y'all know her because I've shared with you about her. First in my first book, matter of fact, I was talking about her. And she was sharp and great at what she does. And when as she got up there more and more in age, her kids kind of kept her from doing it anymore because she was being busy and such. And Alzheimer's settled in and she deteriorated really, really fast. I don't know if she's still with us. And I was saying all along to myself, I was like, no, let her do it. Let her keep doing it because she loves it. That was oftentimes I show up at her studio because her place was out of her house. She had a whole room that was dedicated to that. And I'd show up and she wouldn't even take payment from me because she didn't need the money. She just liked to do it. And it kept her young. And she'd be working on everything from quilts to all kinds of stuff. Anyway, my point is we have to keep this thing, going. I know this sounds weird, maybe creeping some of y'all out. We have to keep this thing challenged and alive and stimulated. because people say outer space is the final frontier of exploration. I say, this is what I say to that. Outer space is the last bastion of exploration. And not true. You know what it is? It's the inner space of our own minds. It's what are you doing with your thoughts? Are you growing? Who are you becoming? Who do you want to become? Let's start with that one. Is that a better question? Who do you want to become? And now it's like, okay, what activities do you need to put in place on a daily basis and behaviors in order to become that thing?
Right.
Now, I'm going to throw this to Joel, because I know when he said yes to this space, he knew he was going to have to engage in some stuff in the Icons event space to be able to grow into where he's at today. Is that true?
That is correct.
We talked about how he overcame the fear.
That is right.
And fear, guys, F-E-A-R, stands for forget everything and run. No, I'm kidding. Doesn't stand for that. That is what most people think fear stands for that. Fear is false evidence appearing real. I'll say it again. False evidence appearing real. The fear is only of that which we have installed in ourselves. That says fear. We are not born with fear. We learn it. We don't think about it. You have an infant pop out the womb. If they're like months old, you bring a snake to them. Guess what they'll do? They'll reach and grab the snake and try to engage it. You bring a bear to them, they won't run. They will, whatever. Just think of anything that scares you. Or somebody could have like some clown makeup on or something, whatever. You come to them and they're just infants. They'll be like, oh, the detail in the face of this thing in front of me. They don't know to be afraid. Fear is learned and discerned in what people adopted as their own. Thoughts on that? The fear thing?
It's just relating to the fear that we experience, right? In different situations in life. So I feel that adapting to the fear and allowing fear to challenge us so that we may grow. That's what I think. And I wanted to touch something on retirement. And I just came up with this while I was listening to you. And I'll phrase it. And so the phrase that I came up with is retirement for me would be in service to others. Why? Because my spirit is never going to retire when I'm serving other people. So if my spirit is living, that means that mentally I'm always going to be stimulating my mind to be a service to other people, and I'll stay young.
Got it.
So retiring in service to others.
Got it. So you're saying that retirement should be embraced because you're always in service to others.
You're always in service to others.
Right. I agree with that, guys. 100%. Wholeheartedly. I'm going to ding it. That is a nugget. That's a nugget.
These nuggets are the bomb. Thank you very much.
These are the type of nuggets that don't go to your hips.
And so one more thing on that point is that physically, some people, matter of fact, I'll use this example. I was telling you, when I go to the gym, I see some elderly people, and this lady just hunching over with her cane, and I'm thinking, wow, like I'm inspired right now. Why? Because I'm not looking at her physical. I'm looking at her spirit. I'm looking at like the type of character that she has, the type of mindset that she has to do what she's doing, going to the gym, working out, or doing whatever she's doing, but she's living life.
Yes.
And I feel that retiring into service for others will give us the ability to stay young, not only from the inside, but also give us the opportunity to have the strength to work from the outside.
I agree with that, guys.
Yeah, so that was awesome.
I agree with it. And, we only get one life to live and one body to do it with. That's at the end of the day. So it's like, if you're taking care of this thing so you can take care of those things and those people that are out there. I think the old African proverb says it best when I heard it say, what is it? If there's no enemy within, then the enemy outside can do us no harm. And what that means, if you got this stuff taken care of, if you're taking care of numero uno, yes, it's okay to be selfish. for selfless reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna apply that because you know that's good. It's okay. It's okay. That means it's okay to focus on yourself so you can prepare to be able to help someone else. I made that rhyme for you. Focus on yourself so you can help someone else. It's okay to do that. So in this 2020 going forward, my friends, some of the stuff that we talk about bears repeating. It's worth repeating. And I see you guys on Instagram, you're about to leave right now in 20 seconds or so because you only let me go for an hour. I'm going to say thank you and goodbye to you guys. Catch us on the next one next few days. But still on Facebook right here, as we continue to wrap this bad boy up, understand that as long as you're above ground, you have an opportunity to be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. So when I ask the question of who are you becoming, maybe you can answer that, say, hey, I'm becoming someone that's a little bit better today than I was yesterday in every way, and actually be able to smile at me and mean that, because that is something that we all should be able to say. That's why we do this. It's so we can challenge you. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Write that down. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. You have to be challenged. A lot of people say, Lord, I want my yard to grow and the grass to become really green. But don't send the rain. Who says that? No. You have to say, hey, Lord, I want to pray for this. Now don't move my mountain. Just give me the strength to climb it. Don't move the stumbling block. Just give me the wisdom to discern that that's what it is so I can go the heck around. Or give me the strength to be able to blast through the mountain. That's what we should pray for. Don't pray for it to be easy. Pray to be better. How about that one? Did we applaud that? That applaud working? We gotta go, y'all. We gotta go. Man, I hope y'all got something out of this today. I love hanging out with my boy here. He's always a joy. And he loves to show his teeth just like me. And so, because we enjoy this life. And if you're not in that point where you're enjoying it, it's okay. I just posted something today that said, life is a roller coaster. Sometimes you got to raise your hands up and scream like you're crazy. Ah!
Definitely got that 2020 live coming up January.
Oh, yes. Guys, we got a 2020 live event coming up next Saturday. Not this Saturday, but Saturday 25th. Yes. Yeah, I am so stoked for that. That's going to be here in Bakersfield at the Petroleum Club. It's going to be real low key.
Tickets right here. Golden tickets.
Golden tickets. The Willy
we got here.
Golden tickets here.
On.
Now,
there you go.
Now, I want to get people all excited. Unfortunately, this is not an event for the public to attend. It's one that was just exclusive for, let me get that glare off of it. It's exclusive for people who've actually been shotgun with me. A lot of them are going to be there, and we're going to do a live starting at about 7 o'clock in the p.m. on January 25th, which is a Saturday. And we're going to do a live that's going to be coming straight at you. Man, we're going to be dropping some big, crazy nuggets, some good stuff. Mark your calendar. That live's going to last about a couple of hours because we got quite a few of us that's going to be there. And this is an event that's going to be for you. And we may even be discussing stuff at this event about an event that will be coming up after that will include the public. Which is you. So that's just one of those things, guys. I'm putting a little plug. You heard it here first. You can't get these tickets. They can only get them for me, and it has to be people who've ridden shotgun with me. Or maybe I'm getting close to the date. I may unveil that maybe I'll let 2 or 3 people up in there that hasn't been on the show. You just never know.
Raffle out a ticket. Number 2.
But these tickets ain't cheap. These tickets ain't cheap. These tickets ain't cheap. They're $100
I thought
a
you said
ticket.
teeth. I'm like, definitely like your teeth. So, how much are these tickets anyways for the mentees?
Yeah, for the mentees. For those of y'all who've ridden shotgun,
Mentees.
$100 gets you in, $50 for your guest. And but this is a place you want to be in because we're gonna have some great food, some great time, some great fun, and at the end of the day, it's gonna be a great message from the 2020 Live to get you as the viewer kicked off. That will be streaming live on Instagram. It'll be streaming live also right here on Facebook, and we'll also have it recorded and uploaded to YouTube, my YouTube channel, LinkedIn, and also
you got the nonprofit involved too.
Oh, nonprofit! Oh my goodness!
Yes, we're giving back to nonprofit.
Right.
Icon Events is going to sponsor and let's impact.
Oh yes, by the way,
community.
Icon Events is sponsoring it. My boy here, he's sponsoring it.
Hey, you know what? I'm just volunteering. I just want to put it out there.
He's the one that actually came up with an idea, said we should do something. So I was like, okay, and then just started trying to run with it. But you don't want to hear all that stuff. Just know that it's going to be January 25th. Mark your calendar. We'll be at the Petroleum Club, which is the tallest building in Bakersfield, and we'll be streaming live on this platform and on Instagram as well too. And the food's going to be so delicious. And even more than that, guys, it's going to be delicious information that does not go to your hips. It goes to your head and to your heart.
That's awesome. So this is nonprofit. I really like that.
Nonprofit. Yes, nonprofit. Beautiful hair. With Angel Lee. She is totally big with doing hair and wigs and stuff for people who are going through the chemo process. I just love that charity. We say anytime we come together and there's no money involved, we want to make sure we extort some money out of some so to speak, or give us an opportunity to be able to invest in that particular company by loving on them with some excess that we have from this.
Amen.
Okay? That's what we're doing.
That's right.
We're going to go out with my man Peter Cetera. I am the man who will fight for you. I'll be the hero. You're a hero. Gonna live forever. Let's go together. Let's go. All right, guys, we will catch you on that next one. This is Mr. Make It Great. Saying, hey, we only get one shot at this life thing, my friends. Let's not make it good. Let's make it absolutely great. Let's go. Guys. Till next time. Going together for the glory of love. Guys, we'll see you next time. Love you.